The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We Talk Wrestling. For the one stop you need for the most intriguing stories and headlines, and info on independent shows in multiple regions, We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the Night Owl, DJ Big Sexy, Luke Roberts, The Alpha, Jay Wade, Nightmare Jones, and many others as they bring you the hottest takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and the only place to get news on the most popular fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Catch them every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. Find all of their media outlets on their website at WrestleTalkPodcast.com.
Before each and every show, we like to remind our audience that freedom is never free, and all of us should be grateful to those who lay it all on the line. To all our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation every day, we love you and appreciate the sacrifices you make to protect all of us.
Get ready for episode number 135 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, as we welcome back a man who has battled 36 years inside the Squared Circle and will wrestle his final match this Saturday night. The Wildman Beast! This podcast is scheduled for one episode, where falls count everywhere!
And good evening, everybody. Here we are a little bit tad bit late, but that's okay.
No. You're not allowed to be in the show. You're not allowed. Okay, sorry.
What the hell?
Okay, so apparently, welcome to the Insane Asylum Party of One, and welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We are all here for episode number 135, and we got the Wildman Beast on deck here that will be with us here in about 15 minutes. Of course, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here. I know that for certain. To the top right is the Jump City Mouse Zmiz. And down below is a gentleman, the other bald gentleman on the show that wears glasses. So, or sometimes he doesn't, I don't know. But the man with the Beast shirt on. Maniac or GQ or
yeah, don't say the other one. No, we keep some kind of kayfabe here. Come on now.
Oh no, I was going to say the most popular name you're called at a bar, but anyway. But we welcome everybody here. Go ahead and share the show. Once again, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and of course X. And
yeah, Tyler, this is the time you share stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
wink.
There you go.
It does not say manic, Tyler. Learn to spell, Junior. I know you're only in kindergarten, but come on.
Oh my goodness. Oh, sir.
My friend, don't be a jerk.
We're here trying to have fun with everybody else here. So,
laugh at when you got a picture done. So,
right. And we're at this point of the show. We are 16 seconds left to go in the Super Bowl, and the Kansas City Chiefs are in danger of losing. So all the Swifties are about ready to get about ready to share a crying towel with the Cody Crybabies, apparently from last week. Let's talk about that real quick. That press conference last Thursday. Finally, man, I mean, they have a direction now, but it's kind of interesting now how Roman and The Rock were kind of reunited as one because of the bloodline, and they showed that tree, and man, I'll tell you, it's not a family tree, it's like a family rake, because it's like everybody's just like spread out. It's like nobody had a hobby back then. So anyway,
How funny I thought though at the press conference that they recreated the Chris Rock and Will Smith moment.
oh right, yeah, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that press conference was money. Like, I enjoyed every minute of that whole thing. Dude, that was such a good show.
yeah, I know. And now the whole thing here now is, I mean, are we going to see a straight one-on-one match? Because now, I mean, if you follow the SmackDown, Heyman says that Roman and The Rock are coming next week. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be one-on-one for that title. I really don't. Come WrestleMania.
I think they're going to do a tag match beforehand.
Clock.
Roman can still do the tag match without doing much in it if he's trying to reserve whatever strings for Mania.
WrestleMania 1.
Hold on. How many tag matches have you done in your career where the other person really didn't do much and you had to carry all of it?
I don't know how much time you got. I mean, I've had a couple at least, but it's all right.
Brutality Incorporated. Anyway,
yeah. So anyway, so that main event's been announced, and so Cody Rhodes will be getting for Roman Reigns, and
because this is how it's going to go. Hold on, this is what I would do. Okay, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Roman, Rock versus Cody, Seth, night 1. If Cody and Seth wins, Cody then gets Roman night 2.
If they lose, then it's Roman.
They lose. Hold on. They lose night 1. Roman now has to face Cody. Rock then screws Roman. Because Hollywood, baby. Hollywood. Hollywood. And you screw him because of Hulk Hogan and all that stuff. And him and Hogan are from Hollywood. And then we get Roman Rock next year at WrestleMania 41. He wants to build that thing up. And he's already gassed. We already saw him. Him and Jinder Mahal. Rock can't hang with Roman at WrestleMania. He can't.
Let me
Give him a year.
Yeah.
Give him a year. 41 Rock Roman, but this is how it's book it.
Yeah, that is what in us workers in the wrestling business, that's the dreaded C word is cardio. So I mean, that's the dreaded C word we got.
Well,
so
I know somebody is waiting in the green room that knows a little bit about giving people cardio enough to where they almost poop themselves. So,
well, yeah. So I mean, yeah, we've only got one person in the green room. Yeah, well, with Beast, and we like I said, we're gonna get to that here very momentarily.
I'm talking about doing the cardio and okay, I'll even say it was Parasite, and he worked hard on it. He was doing it, but not used to it, and he had to run to the facilities.
Oh,
Funny that we saw him yesterday, and Beast first asked, "Is that the guy that I made poop himself?" And it's like, "Yep."
What's up, Skyler?
Yeah. So the only other topic
cardio needs to be done nowadays. I mean, we'll get into that later. Okay, so
yeah, I know it's quite it takes work, man. And trust me, think it's easy being in here inside the ring. Yeah, well, yeah, right, exactly. Good sentiment. But also, on Dynamite last week, Sting making history by winning one more championship, and that's the World Tag Team Championship in AEW with Darby Allin. I didn't watch either Rampage or Collision, and I don't know if anything happened since, but he did make history again, trying to do what he can before his swan song at Revolution on March 3rd. Which is on a Sunday, and we'll be, of course, doing a show that day, but that will be Sting's final match there. So 2024 is bringing a lot of endings for some people here this year, and I'm not liking how it starts, but it is life. It is, some have to go on, some have to pass on. It's just, it is what it is. But what do you think about this move, Zach? As far as Sting getting the tag titles, because
I see the writing on the wall, so I'm not too hipped on it. But at the same time, I really like seeing Darby and Sting with it. Sting has helped make Darby more of a, appeal to a different crowd, I guess, in some sense. They worked really well together, so to see them as a tag team champions now is kind of cool. But the Young Bucks are taking those titles, and I don't like that. But whatever. Nicholas and what's the other guy's name? So that's how bad.
I'd rather
Matthew and Nicholas.
Yeah, I'd rather have the Acclaimed if they were still around, I guess.
I just think this is one of the bad storytelling of AEW right now, so it's not utilizing Sting.
Wait, they're telling stories? I didn't know.
Okay, so I was about to say this when we first came in. Hold on, GQ. So I watched Collision just now before I came down here, right? And I used to crap on Tony Storm back in the day. Okay, so I'm going to be transparent. Tony Storm wasn't cool to me. I didn't understand her, didn't get the character. Tony Storm right now is showing us a perfect mixture of in-talent ability and the ability to make a character. She is crossing the bridge of sports entertainment to wrestler, and it's beautiful what she does. She gave a promo laying down in the middle of the ring, my guy. That was like more compelling than anything most people are doing right now, and it's really fun watching her grow. So there's some good ones in there, but then there's this.
That's the stuff that needs to happen. I mean, okay, let me bring up local wrestler Parasite. He needed to have both that character and the talent. He had the talent. Once he found him the Parasite, it worked out great. That's what AEW needs to do with some of these people, to give them the chance to friggin' shine, so they can see what they actually can do and give them the full picture of them. I think, though, with the whole Sting getting the title, I think that's a hell of a lot better that get the tag titles than it is like trying to give him the world title before he retires.
I'm not even thinking like that. I'm not worried about that.
I think he needs that as a thank you Sting kind of thing. But I definitely agreed with the tag titles over than if they would have gave him like a singles title or something,
Oh, yeah. But the Young Bucks, come on, there's so many better tag teams out there that can... Yeah. Like if you're going to end it that way.
Tell us what you really think about the Young Bucks, both of you.
But so I like how the Young Bucks. I'll give it to you real quick. I like how the Young Bucks new character development. Like they are actually going in as the head dudes and becoming the CEOs or whatever the heck they call themselves. I don't care, but like they're going full bore with it, and it's beautiful. And they're going to take out all the old scum out of AEW. That's what they're calling it right now. So it's kind of cool. I hope they use the old guys right, because you got to pay homage to the past. And if it's not done right and it's not done tastefully, like I don't care about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you got the taking the scum out of AEW by the two trashiest guys out there. So
darn.
I know you like the Young Bucks. Shut up right now, okay? We don't want to talk about it.
All right. And as we contemplate with ourselves here, we're going to just under 3 minutes here. We got our upcoming shows reel, and we're going to get to that. And then right after that, we're going to be having our feature guest of the evening, the Wildman Beast, and and then some great conversations within each other. Bear. So
I think they're making fun of you. I don't know. Yeah.
If you're a little verklempt, talk amongst yourselves. And we'll be back here in about a few minutes after this.
Check out these great shows and appearances coming to a city near you. Sunday, February 25th, Mid-States Wrestling returns to the indoor building at the Harrison, Arkansas Fairgrounds for a fundraiser to help the District Fairgrounds in Harrison, featuring special guest, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Many of your top MSW wrestling superstars are scheduled to appear, including Missouri champ Astonishing Austin Mulatalo, Kelsey Magnolia, and many more. Ticket prices start at just $10. To reserve your seats for this event, visit MSWtickets.com or call 858-848-SLAM. Saturday, February 24th, IWA Productions returns to the IWA Event Center located at 521 Perkins Street in Mount Vernon, Illinois, as they present Love at First Fight. One of your featured matches is a triple threat Belladonna's division match as Shalom Save Royale defends the Women's Championship against the Island Girl and Mercy. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Door ticket prices are $12 for front row and $7 for general admission. Save $2 by purchasing them in advance at the ringside buffet. Don't miss it! Glory Pro Wrestling returns to the Casa Loma Ballroom located at 3354 Iowa Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri on Sunday, February 18th as they present Anniversary 7. Doors open at 2 p.m. and bell time is at 3 p.m. Scheduled to be in action are Dan the Dad, Julie Lynn Ramsey, and Dak Draper. All tickets are $25. To purchase tickets in advance, visit gloryprowrestling.com. Saturday, February 17th, Mid-States Wrestling is at the indoor building at the Harrison, Arkansas Fairgrounds to help raise funds for the District Fairgrounds in Harrison, featuring special guest WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton. Bell time for this event is at 7 p.m. An action-packed card is lined up for 8 scheduled matches featuring a 15-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Ticket prices range from $10 all the way to $25. To reserve your seats for this event, visit mswtickets.com or call 858-848-SLAM. Saturday, February 17th, American Championship Wrestling returns to the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church Gymnasium located at 1500 South Outer Road in St. Clair, Missouri. History is guaranteed to be made as the recently returned Miss Hyde will face off against Judy Azul for the vacant ACW Women's Championship. Doors open at 5 p.m. with a bell time of 6 p.m. Front row seats are $10. All other tickets are $6. Get your tickets at the door or get them in advance by going to acwtheshow.com. Squared Circle Megastars presents the retirement celebration for the Wildman Beast at the Eagles Club in Berwyn, Illinois on Saturday, February 17th. Don't miss the conclusion of a fantastic 36-year career as the Beast will wrestle his final match in the main event. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 at the door. Kids 8 and under are free. Save $5 by purchasing advance tickets at eventbrite.com. Remember, fans, without you in the seats, there is no wrestling. Make sure you make plans to attend these shows, and we'll see you at ringside.
No,
all right, guys.
You cannot get booked on the Glory Pro show. They will just bury you. You know that. You're a star. You need to stay with some of the better groups.
Okay.
You know
Hey.
oh, sorry.
Hey, Nutjob. I'm trying to run a show here. You mind? Good Lord.
Oh my God.
So we got Crusher here. We got Alan here. We have, of course, Herb Simmons here. Renee the Night Owl from Wrestling Talk Podcast was here giving us some love. Thank you, sir. Tyler Cooley, of course, is in here. Tyler needs to give the gentleman here at the bottom here. Let's see. Tyler, when were you born? Was it just apparently yesterday, according to this Funko? But anyway, we all knew he's lost his mind. Oh, all right, guys. So with that, no further ado, we're going to get things started here. Oh yeah,
This sounds familiar.
it does, doesn't it?
Oh my God, he's so huge.
Yeah, I like to brag. Anyway, 36 years in the business, starting all the way back in 1988. And as of this coming Saturday, will be his final match against Mike Anthony at Squared Circle Megastars up in Berwyn, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, the Beast.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What do you mean, guys?
Thank you very much. How's everyone doing it this evening?
Beastie, I'm doing fantastic myself. I've had a pretty busy day, but, you know, it's always Sunday. It's always a very busy day, but it's also a great day to have you on the show. Beast was our second guest ever on the Wrestle Top Pod. Episode 2, where he was our second guest ever, and now he's come back here.
And 133 shows later, he's back.
Yeah, you know.
Turns 35.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were 135.
Oh,
He was at number 2. So yeah,
so
it's about
133
3.5
shows
years.
later. 133 plus 2 is what? 135? That's math.
Read between the lines, man.
The lines, buddy.
No, I'm not telling you to shut up. No, you just let it go. Anyway.
Oh my!
Here we go.
We're gonna get on to a lot of things. Yeah.
Man,
Hey,
I
thought
feel
that was
dirty after
fire.
hearing this
Anyway,
sound. Anyway.
all right. Let's try this again. How's this?
It's too big.
Let's do that. Let's see how that view is here. But yeah, Beast, thanks for joining us here. I know that you were here this past weekend, and we're going to get into that here. And that kind of leads into actually with my first point of business here. Of course, you were actually around the St. Louis area here, remotely, kind of north of the area.
Yeah.
Of course, recently we had just lost one of the longtime promoters around the Midwest, Frank Reed, who passed recently, and his funeral and wake were last weekend, and you were in town for that, in attendance for that. With me, I'm just going to start off here. You've done business with him for many years, even going back to when I had, and I'm going to get into a story about with you and I. And then, but share with us some of your best memories or stories of Frank whenever you did come down to work with him.
Well, my best memories was back when he started having events at Big Texas, Hannibal, Missouri, and stuff like that. But my most memorable events were right at Big Texas on, I think it was St. Clair Road. Yeah, great memories, and when Frank actually brought me in, and him and Mark talked, and Mark's like, I got this guy named the Beast coming in. Frank's like, what does he look like? Oh, and Mark was like, hey, wait till you see him. And I walked in, with myself, Pretty Boy Floyd, and the late great Osiris. We walked in, and Frank, he's like, can I help you? I'm like, I'm the Wildman Beast. So Frank like, Jesus, you're huge.
Like the song says. So.
Yeah. And so he's like, well, we'll put you in. And the first match that I actually wrestled at Big Texas, and I will never ever forget this, was against Buckskin Jim, but I call him Foreskin Jim.
And you kept wanting us to get his attention on Friday, like with that name. Like, no, not here.
And it was a great match. And after the event, they had a bar there, and back then, I'm a big country fan, and I was a huge fan of Billy Ray Cyrus. And when Achy Breaky Heart came on, don't tear my heart, my achy breaky heart. I get on the dance floor and I start doing the achy breaky heart dance, and the people around me look like, what the? And they were wondering, look at this guy up here doing, and he knows exactly how to step it and do this. And at that particular time, I was intoxicated. I've never had Busch beer before, and I was pretty loaded up on Busch beer, and that was like my favorite drink. And then I think, yeah, Busch. And a few years later, Frank did this award show, and he invited myself, Osiris, and Pretty Boy Floyd. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna fly into St. Louis. Come in a day early. And once again, Frank said, hey, come on down. There was a hotel right next door to the Big Texas. What kind
not a daily rate hotel, an hourly rate hotel. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but it was close enough for me to walk, but I didn't know that it was that kind of hotel. So I started to get the picture. So whenever I would get my room, I would always push the dresser and push my chair up under the door just in case safety reasons. But Frank had this award show. I flew in, I think it was a Thursday, and I got the room for the whole weekend. And once again, Frank got me intoxicated. And then the day of the award ceremony. I came in early, and Frank was there setting up, and he's like, "Beach, you want to drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a few." And wind up, God is my witness, wind up drinking almost 2.5 kegs of Bush. So once the yeah, we will. So once the fans start coming in, we have to sit up on this stage at the tables, and I'm talking to his son Ricky, and I'm like, "Look, I'm hammered. I can't. If I win an award, I don't know what to do." He's like, "Oh, you'll be okay, B." So I'm like, I said, "The room is spinning." I said, I said, "I hope I don't fall off the stage." So they had this award called the Redneck Year Award. It was actually a beer called Redneck Beer, and they were naming the candidates and stuff, and I was in that category. And then they said, Frank said, like, and the winner of the Redneck Year Award goes to. Got quiet, and he opened the envelope and he started laughing, and I guess all the boys knew who was going to win, and he's like, "I can't believe this, the Wildman Beast," and I'm like, "Oh, Jiminy Cricket, I don't want to get up and have a speech." So I finally, get up, and Ricky and all the other guys, Lunatic Max, Al, all the old school guys, they start laughing. So I get to the podium, and Frank's like, "Congratulations." I'm like, "Okay, Frank." I'm like, "I don't know what to do." And he's like, "The floor is yours." And everybody went, "Oh boy." And the fans, were, chanting beast and this and that. And the first thing that came out my mouth, I said, "I'm effing drunk." And, and Frank just put his head down, laughing bright. He turned bright red. I said a few good words, but then after that, it just turned into a sailor mouth of mine. And Frank's like,
Oh,
"Okay,
wow.
we're gonna sit Beast down for a bit. He is a little bit drunk, so congratulations, Beast." But I've had great memories with Frank and his sons Ricky and Ron and Randon and the baby boy.
Ryan.
And we became like not friends, but we became real good, you know, family members. And the passing of Frank really shocked me, and it was my mission to get down there no matter what, because he made a lot of local guys to where they are. At that time, when I did come to wrestle for Frank, I was with WCW, so that gave me more of a stepping stone to actually try to get my name more out there. When I was with WCW, I was what they call an undercard person, just basically wrestle some of the bigger names, just get your ace whooped in the match. But it was worth it. I learned of a lot of things in my wrestling career, and 36 years later, here I am, my final hoorah.
Well, that kind of slides right now into my question, and is a beautiful segue. With all those years and all those great memories of Frank, Frank's one of the guys. He's the reason I'm here. Ruby said the same thing. So with all those years and the new guys that are coming in and the new ladies that are coming in, what kind of advice or suggestions could you give them on like how to find promotion or how to just find a place to learn, hone their craft, a school or some sort, the avenues of the trades?
Basically, if you want to get yourself out there, when you're in a locker room, be very professional. Don't walk into a locker room having an ego thinking that your S doesn't stink, because everybody S stinks, if you get where I'm coming from. Be professional. If there's a veteran in the locker room, don't be afraid. We paved the way. We bled and sweat for you guys. Come and ask us questions. Pick our brains. Bring a notebook with you with a pen and jot down notes and say, "Hey, look, if possible, if you have some time, sir, or ma'am, if it's the lady veteran in there, say, ma'am or sir, could you sit down? Could you watch my match and critique me?" And us veterans, we will critique you, but take it as professional criticism. And go home, study some of the old school matches. what's really missing in the craft of professional wrestling that I've seen is psychology. The part of wrestling is psychology. It's a lost art. I'm from the old school. I'm great friends with Herb Simmons, and Herb Simmons is a great promoter. He's very old school, and that's what he presents to the world. That's what Frank did the entertainment part. I still brought in the old school way to where people hated me but still loved me. And you got to go in the ring and tell a story. You have to make the fans. I don't think of myself as the years came. I didn't think of myself as a professional wrestler. I thought of myself as a fan, and that's never going to change. Even when I retire, I'm still going to think of myself as a fan. If I'm paying this amount of money, what would I want to see as a fan to make me go and tell my friends, hey, you got to go see this. Oh, you got to come see this promotion. Oh, you definitely got to come see this big behemoth guy. He can move for, and I've shocked a lot of people in my career when they see me. Back then I was 615 pounds. Now I'm down to 434. That's a 200-pound difference. But to see someone at 5'8", 5'9" that weighs 615 pounds and can move like a cheetah, it was very impressive. Like at the beginning of my song, oh my God, he's so huge. That's all I used to hear. And you hear people, oh, this match is going to be short. He's not going to do nothing. He's going to get winded. And then when they actually see that I can wrestle some of the best in this industry and in the independent scene, they's like, oh man, this guy, we don't want to mess with him.
Oh. And the interesting thing that with what he said, like people coming up to him asking everything, that happened so much last night.
Yes,
everybody
it did.
was so respectful to him, and a couple of us said, "Did you see my match?" No, but he also agreed. They send him the match online or whatever. He'll watch it, give the critique and everything. Everybody was so professional in picking his brain. It wasn't even funny, and they were doing it the right way. That's how you need to do.
Yes.
I mean, I've always enjoyed sitting down and talking with Beast in the locker rooms and stuff. Him and Shaft have been two of my favorites in recent memories of getting to pick their minds and how just to talk and be more fluid on the mic because that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get better at talking and being that kind of person and not being a wrestler. But you guys have helped me a little bit because you and I had a good conversation. I don't remember when it was, but it was one of Frank's last shows that I worked with him. Before COVID.
Oh wow! Okay.
You weren't wrestling. You were just back there hanging out.
Okay. So. Yeah, I try to help out the best way that I can. I think myself I give the best advice. I've trained some great wrestlers. I've trained Pretty Boy Floyd, so that lets you know that when I train, I'm very old school at my training. I'm okay with the flippity floppity, but I tell the younger guys, if you actually want to really see how your match is, watch a tennis match when they're hitting the ball back and forth, and all you hear, oh poof, oh poof, and your neck is tired.
Ruby, do you have any idea who's trying to call in right now? Who is this?
Yeah, I see somebody's in the green room. GQ, whatever
hold
your
on.
name is.
Who
You want to bring them up?
Who the hell called in? Who has the link? It's like, oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh, that sucks. Holy crap, that sucks. Who the hell?
Oh my God, no way.
Somebody tell Lars to redo that drum part. He sucks. Jesus Christ. Oh, you guys. I told my sister to call you guys. Because I just hear a bunch of crap coming out of your mouths, all right?
Oh,
and I finally got something to say here, but I see that big, ugly sumbitch Beast is on your show, too, and I got a bone to pick with you, brother. But first off, I'm a busy guy here. I'm a famous music producer now, by the way. I got out of this wrestling thing, all right? All right, now I'm famous. I got a big record that just came out on Friday called All You Need Is Now by Story of My Life, all right? Biggest record on the planet, #1 in Tibet right now, brother. So, it's I'm busy right now. I'm producing Metallica right now, and God, Lars just sucks. All right, this Lars guy, I don't know, he'll never make it. Let me tell you, God, you are still ugly. Still. Now, what do you want? I mean, I'm busy here, right? My assistant said, I told my assistant to put you on like an hour ago, and just got around to it now. You're fired. Get out of here.
All right, for those who don't know,
What do you
Freddie
want?
Jacobs was in the wrestling business back in the 90s.
I am.
Yeah,
in the wrestling
was.
business.
And he was a manager. He was.
Was. Please.
You were the manager of the Beast, and now you're a record producer. You say you released a song that's #1 in Tibet? Wow.
It's number one all over the world, man. All over the world. Check it out. Story of my life. All right.
I would
all
like
you
to
need
bet
is
it's not going to make crap here in the U.S.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Let me tell you something, Ruby. All right. Let me tell you. You owe me about $135,000, brother. All right. You and Beast the both. All right. Because I had to have double fusion surgery about 6 months ago because of stupid crap that you did, and you know what you're talking about there, Mister. I can't do a hurricane run off the top rope. And you, let me tell you something. All right. That little table thing we did the last time I saw you at occasions, and it didn't break, huh? What's the kind of that? You didn't even gimmick the table, all right? You broke my back, man, and I just finally got it fixed, and I'm finally feeling good after how many freaking years, all right? So I haven't forgotten you. Maybe I'll pay you a little visit next weekend in Chicago. It's not that far away. I mean, I got a jet. I'll come down there. Maybe I'll pay you a little visit, huh? What do you think about that, there, you big ugly bald mother? Remember who brought you to America? It was me and my daddy. Remember that? You wouldn't even be in this country if it weren't for me. But now look how you're repaying me. You hang out with these three douches. Especially Pet Maniac. My God, where did you dig that guy up? And why is he managing you on your last show? Well, why are you not bringing me? All right, the best.
Well, first off, you're being
you gotta have the best.
Who'd you bring to WCW? Huh? Who got you there in the first place? Me. All right. Me and CM Punk are still on a first name basis. I call him asshole. He calls me, hey, fuckface. Anyway, let me tell you.
Wow.
Why aren't you bringing me? Huh? Come on, I'm busy here. Come on.
Hey, Zmiz, do you have any more of those edibles you want to send to Freddie over here so he could be a little bit more happier?
I was just digging for one myself. Like I was like, do I have another one? I need this. What is? No wonder you went GQ.
Yeah. Well, we're having a nice little sit down with the Beast, doing a reflect back, because this weekend is his last wrestling match, Freddie. And
about time.
Yeah.
About time. God, he's got to be 90 now. I mean, come on.
No, I think you're thinking of the Honky Tonk Kid. I think.
Don't bring hockey in this.
Who brought these guys? Who called these guys? Come on, I'm gonna hang up on you guys.
Do you have anything nice to say for the Wildman Beast going in? You're not gonna wish him that for a great career, nothing like that.
I've been in the shower with him, a couple times. Nope, that's not nice. Well, we had a lot of times, No, those weren't good either. Gosh, I'll come up with something.
What about the moonsaults on the beds? I mean, you did that a lot.
Well, that's because I had to teach everybody how to do them because I was the only one who could do one properly. How about that, Ruby? Huh? God, are you still the shits?
Wow.
It is good to have one of his earlier managers here in the area on here.
The original.
You were the earlier one, yes.
Wow. Like I said, not everybody needs to do a moonsault, Freddie, but that's okay. I don't need to break beds like y'all were doing back in the day. So it's.
Weren't you doing it too, Ruby? I mean,
time out.
Good about no, that wasn't good.
No. I want to know more about this whole moonsaulting thing. Like,
why don't we talk about DeMarco Farr? And that was a nice thing. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about DeMarco Farr and how he squared up to DeMarco there in Big Texas, one of the best nights ever.
Wait. Hold on. You really want to bring it up because didn't DeMarco Farr slam your ass?
I don't remember that. I remember
hold on. You don't remember?
Up to the guy.
Hold on.
I remember beating him in arm wrestling too.
Hold on. You don't remember, right? You said? Hold on, let's refresh your
There's a lot I
memory.
don't remember from those days.
Day. And all heck breaking loose tonight in North County. Rams defensive tackle DeMarco Farr apparently had had enough. Having a Jim Kelly flashback, going ballistic on this poor little man who was giving Farr a hard time, absolutely out of control. Farr could not be restrained, even yelling at some other customers. Actually, Farr is an avid pro wrestling fan and simply playing his version of an April Fool's joke on the crowd. I guess we could call that far-fetched, yes.
Thanks.
You're making this up. You made that up. That was AI.
No, that was you.
Right? I know for a fact that was AI. That could not have happened that way. All right? I remember a whole different night.
Well, you got hit in the head a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it is bar. The alcohol was
dangerous
flowing,
worker.
so it could have been something different in your mind. But that was you, man. That was like a whole generation ago.
That couldn't have been. No way. Hey, tell Reba McEntire, wait, all right? I'm busy. Go on.
And you talking about me with the bear now. Come on now. I mean, that was overboard.
Hey, Jacobs, I just want to say one thing. You have a big mouth. We dealt with each other on the road, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. You forget who brought you into the wrestling business.
Yeah, a guy named Chris Zona. All right, that's who trained me. All right, Mr. Green Bay. All right, Kurt Hennig. That's who brought me into the business. Not you. Oh my God, no. Don't take credit for this. No, I brought you to America. Come on.
Oh, trust me, nobody would take credit for that to begin with. I mean, no, nobody wants to admit to that they knew that.
Just everybody trying to just be on my coattails here. I tell you. All right.
Honestly,
what do you want? What do you want?
No matter what,
things about the piece?
Shut up and let me talk for a second, you old fart.
Be the first time. Go ahead.
It is good to have somebody that worked early on with Beast in his career here. Yeah, shut up. And honor the man, because I know you were watching the Wrestle Talk one, and somehow you got the phone number for here. I don't know how that happened.
My assistant. Wasn't me.
Yep. Yeah.
But
right. I mean, they're on a different night anyway, so I don't know how.
Well, let's break. I hate to say this. Let's break kayfabe for 1 minute. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say to him now.
Fine, I'll say it. You're paying me for this, right?
Check.
Yeah, you are. Anyway, I'll send you a bill.
Check
Beast,
the mail, buddy.
I'm going to tell you something here, brother. And I have a hard time calling you that because you're like my big brother. But, yeah, my 15 minutes of fame, I'll give you that credit. You were definitely that. You gave me my 15 minutes of fame in this business, in that business, which is a whole nother life ago. And I loved every second of it. Those were the best days of my life because of me, of course, and all my money that I had to spend on you. But those were definitely the best days of my life. And I, if you hadn't turned on me back in St. Louis, at occasions, and just been a complete schmutz after that, I would say that you are one of my favorite people on the planet, and I love you. I love you more than a brother. But sorry, you turned on me, and that was the end, man. And that table thing, I'm sending you a bill for at least half of that surgery. So get ready. All right, Beast. Maybe I'll bring it in person on Saturday. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I have time for that. I got some chick who's at the Super Bowl right now who is going to be coming into my studio next.
Well, I'm sure that bill's been written off by creditors by now, but it's. But I mean, like I said, Saturday, up in Berwyn, Illinois, Squared Circle Megastars. It's going to be a monumental night for this guy here in the top left-hand corner. But like I said, Freddie Jacobs.
Now you made him cry, Freddie. Come on.
Please, I make him cry all the time. All right. You know why? Because he misses me. He misses the money he made when he was with me. All right. He misses me. He knows I loved him like a brother. All right. And it's his loss, man. I mean,
Only time that
gonna
I
say?
got upset, only time I got upset with you, Jacob, is when you took me to a show
Who?
and we got paid by expired Subway coupons.
I blame that on Ruben, Kelly. I do. You know what's even better? The day that we got paid for not even working. We had to do a autograph session in Chicago, and we got paid in Twinkies. I ate like a king for a month. All right.
Oh, that was the hold on. That was the
My
show where
servants
Beast was
ate
carrying
like a king
out
for
tons
months.
of hostess with him and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My servants ate awesome. They still love you. They still talk about you to this day, even though they got salmonella from those ding dongs. They still talk about you to this day. Well, the ones that survived.
We've always said you have sour ding dong anyway, so.
Whoa.
I'm not even going to justify that.
Let you go. Hold on.
Look at where I
you
am
go-
and look at where you are. All right.
Hold
So
on.
you look like you're in your grandma's basement.
It's okay.
Freddie, shut up!
And
Before
I'm
we
here.
let you go, I got one thing to say to
Finally.
my assistant over here. Go ahead and cancel the check. See you later, Freddie. Bye.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
interesting surprise.
Sorry, guys. That made me tear up. Wow. Thank you. Woo.
Yeah. I mean, that was yeah. Talk about a name from the past, man. That's somebody that you've known for years. You know.
Yeah.
That was quite an experience because
And you got to admit, he still has the ability to pull the heat. Definitely. I mean, so.
Yeah.
No. Okay, there we go. Which one? I think it was the other one. The one next to it.
Oh, the other one? You want this one?
Yeah, that's the one we were doing.
Okay. All right. Not a problem.
So real quick, because Tyler Cooley really hates the guy. He has no idea who the guy was. The guy was Freddie Jacobs. He longtime manager in the area. He is the one that brought Beast to the U.S. and everything out of Sudan. Taught him some English, mainly as Krishna and other stuff like that. But so we'll go to something more happy, I'm guessing. Instead of old farts like that. Out of the travels that you had in this business, and we've done a lot together as well, but I never got a chance to go on the particular one. There's one place that does stand out in a unique way. Tell us a lot of your memories with Puerto Rico and who you worked on there, and what do you recall from the matches you had?
Oh, wow. Whew. Oh, sheesh. Puerto Rico, I was wrestling for HSW in near Rio Grande and stuff like that. I wrestled some great legends down there, Grand Baby, those guys. I have the utmost respect for. They treated me like family, took real good care of me, showed me the island of Puerto Rico, and with my good friend Chief Alakula Kula, he got me to come down to wrestle a couple of shows. And when I first came down there, I didn't really know the language, but with me, I is what they call the Abdullah lookalike, and my style and Abdullah the Butcher style is very different from each other. I respect Abdullah to the fullest. He's a great legend in my perspective. And, a lot of people think that I'm the son of Abdullah, but, with all due respect, I'm no son of Abdullah. I'm just a very good friend of his, and I'm trying to keep his legacy alive. His style is much different from my style, and it's all about business. And when I came down there, the fans hated me. I thought they were throwing beer at me, and when I got back to the locker room, I smelled this very strong odor of ammonia, and I'm like, why do I smell like urine? The guys were in the back laughing at me, and they told me, they say, hey, Baba. Baba means, friend, brother, stuff like that. They's like, the fans too pissed on you. I'm like, oh my God. So the fans would literally go buy beer, pour the beer out of the cup, and literally piss in a cup. And if they hated you, you would get doused. And They would throw the cups at you and it would hit you, and you wouldn't realize that it was urine that was on you until you got to the locker room.
Ugh.
Ew.
Yes. Yeah, so Puerto Rico, they take wrestling very, 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 very seriously. It's like a religion to them. If you go out there as a heel, you better play your cards right because they're going to hate the heck out of you. If you're a good guy, they will cheer for you and everything, and you have to, they have very tight security there because there's times where people have literally like jumped over the barricade and want to, pull a knife on you and want to, do whatever. But, thank God for HSW down in Puerto Rico. Freddie, a lot of those guys down in Fred Brios, all those guys in Puerto Rico have really, really became good family to me. My good friend Glenn Bebe, I'll tell you a funny story. All I could say is that they fed me down in Puerto Rico, and when it was time for me to wrestle, I couldn't get in the ring. So myself and Grandbaby fought up and down the streets of, I forget the town. I think it was Rio Grande or something out in Puerto Rico, and it was just a pure bloodbath. We was fighting up and down the street, breaking bottles over each other's head. It was a it was a great time. I enjoyed it, but it was brutal. And I'm going to miss my brothers down in Puerto Rico. I've been to Portland, Oregon, Denver, Colorado. A lot of great places where I've wrestled at. And I met also a good friend of mine who lives in Seattle. Debashi, if you're watching this, I love you, brother. Myself, Chief Alakula Kula, and Debashi, we called us. They are the original world powers, but when I came along, it was three times the world power. But I've done a lot of crazy stuff in my 36-year career, and I don't regret any of it. I've met some great fans that I've become close to that I consider family. I have fans all over the world, especially my good friend down in I think it's England, Anthony Swanson. He's a great friend of mine, and I've known this kid for a very long time, and we talk, and he ordered a shirt from me, and I had to ship it all the way out to I think it's Scotland, England, or something like that. And when he got the shirt, he proudly represented it, and people were asking him where did he get the shirt from and everything like that. So I sold a lot of shirts over out in England. So I have fans like everywhere. So I'm blessed and honored to leave this sport on a good note. I want to keep doing it, but my body's telling me no. It's time to do it. I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older, and people's like, "Come on, beach, you still get it." I'm like, I said, at my age, I said I can't move like how I used to. When I was younger, in my 30s and 40s and 20s, I used to move around quickly. Like Peter Rabbit. Just going. Now I move like the tortoise, slow and demented. It's like, okay, let's do this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, come on, let's do it in slow motion.
Well, you
Yes.
brought up Abdullah the Butcher and stuff. And last week we had a great conversation with Luke Justice and talked about like the difference of hardcore and death matches and that kind of stuff in the realm of like how far is too far when it comes to the world of extreme. And you yourself have partaked and I think you enjoy it actually. I've seen some of your extreme matches and like you for somebody that's carrying on Abdullah's the kind of style ish. Like you do it
Hmm.
really good because you blur that eye and like I think you like it. But give us a breakdown about how you feel like that world can go too far, and where's that nice like medium ground of how hardcore can be this beautiful art form of just pure violence.
I can actually tell you, the first person ever wrestled in hardcore was my um, good friend Madman Pondo. And Frank Reed actually brought Pondo in to wrestle me, and back then they didn't have internet or anything, so I had to go to the library, look Pondo up, and I can actually say this: I was nervous as hell. I was nervous. I was scared as hell. I couldn't sleep for 3 days because I see what this man could do. I'm like, oh Jesus, oh that looked like that's gonna hurt. Oh my God, that's gonna. And when he came in, I was like, okay, this guy's. Oh. And when I actually wrestled him, it was like the best match. Well, basically, I could say Pondo bust my cherry. He popped my cherry in hardcore wrestling, and and whenever Pondo and I together, or at the same arena or anything, and we get the opportunity to wrestle each other, it is like the best hardcore match ever. I've even wrestled him when he was down wrestling for Ian Rotten down in Kentucky when they had the Rock and Roll Express, Tommy Wilf, a bunch of old school namers. And Pondo and I did the Four Corners Death Match where they have scorpions, light bulbs, thumbtacks, and mouse traps. Yeah, so I'm wrestling Pondo, and Pondo wanted to slam me in the mouse traps. Now everybody know Beast is a large person. So when mouse traps go off and they clip something that shouldn't be clipped, I'm not gonna say what clip, but use your imagination. Yeah,
I would rather be slammed on some mouse traps than some light tubes. So,
well,
you say that now, Z, but if something gets caught in that mouse trap, I think you would change your mind.
I'll hang a little low. I get it.
Oh.
And for 25 years, he's done so much of it. I mean,
yes.
I've been there so much. It's like I still had boots to up for 10 years or so that still had thumbtacks stuck in it from his matches.
Yeah.
He found a way to accept it and do it and not kill himself with it. That's the difference there. He didn't go stupid with the stuff.
Right. See, I love, and that's why I was asking the question, because I'm one of those people that I'm a fan of wrestling, so I'm going to take any aspect of it and I'm going to look at it and try to understand why people like a certain style or a certain person, right? And death matches is the match. I've never been one oh, I want to go watch a wrestling death match. No, it wasn't a good hardcore match. I'm so there with Tommy Dreamers and all those guys. Some of the stuff Sabu did for me got to a point where I'm like, well, that's a little too much, guy. When he's duct taping his arm shut because of the barbed wire, I'm like, But when it's told to a story and a standpoint of it's one of the most elegant things in Swerve Strickland and Adam Page, in recent memory for me, had that match. And I've seen some of yours and just that balance of going too far, but yet telling that story, that's compelling art for me now. I kind of understand it. I kind of get it and I want to see more of it, but I just want to know what that happy medium is, man. Where is it?
I've seen some really crazy death matches, and that kind of stuff. It will take a toll on your body. I mean, it will end your career, I would say, within a 3-year period, because you're going through there getting stuff broke, and it takes its toll. I could do it, but I refuse to. I mean, I wrestled Chief Alakula Kula in I think it was Portland, Oregon, in a Taipei death match, cage match, and everybody know what a Taipei death match is. Is where they tape your hands up, they put hot glue on the tape, and you dip your hand in glass. Ugh. And you go in there and you fight, and you have all this glass on the tape, and your hands are lethal weapons. And I have to say that was the most bloodiest match that I've been in. And Chief and I've wrestled each other, we've teamed with each other, and wow, we've had some bloody bloodbath.
That's one of them that Mr. Herb Simmons himself said that you guys tore the house down.
Yes.
Yeah. Luckily, they're not literally. So there was some reason for the firehouse. He didn't want to tear it all the way down there. So
right, and then when Herb Simmons brought us in, for SICW, And that was Chief and our first time, wrestling for SICW. We brought the A game there, and Chief and I've wrestled each other so much, we literally beat the living crap out of each other. When we got back to the dressing room, we were like purple and blue. That's how much love and respect we have for each other, to where we've wrestled each other so much that we could do whatever we want, and still come back to the locker room purple and blue, and people like, Jesus Christ, I was like, yeah. And they's like, that's crazy. When we tell them, look, it's old school. And my thing is, if I wrestle someone, and the years that I've been in it and how I was brought into the business, if you don't lay it in there, don't, like Ricky Steamboat said, if you want to play, come in the sandbox. If you don't want to be in the sandbox, pay for a ticket and let the professionals do their jobs.
Agreed.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get in it because I'm gonna be in WWE, AEW. No, it takes a lot of work, dedication, and you have to have the mindset, because the locker room is a stepping stone. People see, and they see how you present yourself as an individual. Like I said at the very beginning, if you come in there with an ego thinking your S don't stink, and people see that, you'll never, ever, ever get booked again. And I've taught guys this, and some guys listen and some guys don't. And some promoters will push someone who's not ready to actually be in the ring, but they push them just to get asses in the seats from their families. And the person's not ready. Don't get them in the ring when they're really not ready. It's just, and some promoters out there, I'm just gonna say it. I've been in it long enough. There's some shady ass promoters out there. I'm sorry to say it, but there's some shitty, crappy promoters, and then there's the real good professional promoters out there that will hire you, not because of your look, because of your professionalism and how you actually work a crowd and what you can bring to their company. And once you get that recognition, you can follow your dreams and achieve anything from that point on. But always come in being professional. Look like a wrestler. Don't come in wearing a CM Punk or Hulk Hogan shirt. Look like a professional. It's a job. Dress like if you're coming to a business meeting. Come in there with a nice pair of dress slacks, dress shoes, a nice shirt and tie. If you don't like wearing a tie, come in with a nice polo shirt. Introduce yourself to everyone in that locker room. Even if somebody's if it's a custodian who's sweeping the floor, because you never ever know who's watching you. Don't come in, oh, this guy's pushing a broom, he's nothing. Walk up to him and say, hey, my name's Beast. How you doing? For me, I'm friendly to everyone. I'll walk up to somebody if they're cleaning the toilet out and say, sorry to interrupt you, but hey, I'm Beast. And they're like, oh, I'm just a janitor. You're still a human being.
And that's one thing, like, for the last 25 years, early on, that I learned from Beast, how to be professional, to introduce to everybody. In other words, don't be a dick. I mean, that's the biggest thing there.
And I'm gonna tell you a funny story, Tim. You're gonna hate me for this.
Who?
Whoops. I'm getting old, okay?
Redo!
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm getting old, okay? Sorry. Matt Maniac GQ. Tell you a funny story, guys. I had brought my younger brother Alonzo down
Okay, I'm
for a wrestling event, and he finally had the opportunity to meet Matt Maniac at the time. And I said, "Hey, Alonzo," and I pointed to him. I said, "Who was that?" And he said, "Mark."
Come
And
on,
Matt
Mark.
Maniac, yeah, Matt Maniac was like, "How are you teaching that boy that?" He was like, "You the big Mark."
I still am, but you know.
I was gonna say he is.
But his younger brother calling me out like that. I was like, what the hell?
Man.
Written all over your face, GQ.
Right. But you know, Matt Maniac became not just a friend. He became more of family to me. You know, we had our good laughs. We've had our cries. He's even seen me in. There's another funny story, Matt Maniac, when I brought him to Indianapolis, Indiana, and I drank the water at the hotel.
Oh Lord. We've learned where not to drink water.
Yeah, it seems like you need to get better establishments to like sleep in, bro.
No. Indianapolis water. No. You're not going to be using
hard water tablets.
Yeah, you can't drink the water. I learned that from experience because I got to the hotel and I was so thirsty, and I'm like, I gotta drink some water. I turned the water on and I just put, use your hand as a cup, and I'm slurping. I'm like, oh God, this water is great. And I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm like, my stomach
passed out already.
Right, and then all of a sudden, my stomach decides it wants to have the rumble, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, and it started. I'm like, oh God, what the heck? And I get up, and I said, let me go to the bathroom. I figured, okay, I thought I had to burp. No, it wasn't a burp. Everything came up, so I up-chucked in the bathroom. It scared the heck out of Matt Maniac and Zmiz.
Yeah,
and I was like, what's wrong?
I went in, before we were heading back, I went in there, it's like, nope.
Wow.
But it was Kamala Jr. that got him that hotel because he knew the place.
Yeah.
The next day, he's asking if everything was okay because the cleaning lady thought there was a crime scene after a while.
Yeah.
And she thought somebody died or exploded or something in there. It's like,
yeah, beast.
Yeah. I have so many, stories I can tell. Matt Maniac, was you there for the Thanksgiving thing as well?
Yeah, we told that story last time.
Yeah.
As quick as it be. So we went to a restaurant afterwards. First off, I knew to not sit too close to Beast because if I want to get crackers, I don't want to be stabbed with a fork. And so the waitress comes over and everybody points her down to him because they all knew he orders first. Because he'll start stealing food off everybody's plates if you don't. Ruby is a witness to that. We've seen it before. I mean, and so he ordered not one, not two, not three, but 4 full dinners for himself. When he ordered the third one, the lady actually said, "Do you know tomorrow's Thanksgiving?" And everybody said he's like that a lot. I mean, hell, Kamala Jr. had him there, and he made sure he buy 2 turkeys. One was for Beast.
Yeah.
And so she walked away, ordered, and then she came back. She was whiter than a ghost. She was afraid to tell him that they were spare ribs. But she didn't tell him. She went down to the other end and said, would he be mad? And they, as caring as the boys were, they said, you got to tell him yourself. Because they wanted to see the reaction. And that was okay. He ordered it and everything. It was like, it was always an interesting experience, especially going out to eat with him.
Yeah.
Whether it's White Castle, before they had the crave cases, and he would come back with pyramids, like pyramids of them on a tray, or walking up to Chinese restaurants and they're closing the doors right when he's getting near there, and saying, no, we're closed. It's like, literally. They had it like 3 times in one night.
Well, one of my favorite stories that my dad was a sound engineer, right?
Okay.
And traveled and did for music and stuff. And he told me a story that him and like 3 of his buddies got done with a show and they went to a Chinese buffet and they later came and said, hey, here's money. You get out. You fat. And they were paid to leave the Chinese buffet. It's one of my favorite stories.
You know the comedian John Panette when he said, "You go home now, you'll be here for hours." No, I literally heard that with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what you guys just reminded me of.
Yeah. Well, I got a little surprise here. It missed the question and that I was going to ask. But for those who missed last night, we are going to play the little video here that we got here of you, Beast. I guess Iorio the Juggalo or Oreo. I don't know.
Oreo the Gigolo, I think. That's what I thought.
Oh. Yeah. That boy did not know what he was going to do. He had no idea what he was going to do. Oh, man.
Of course, legendary second generation referee Funkhauser there.
Who's the ball?
I don't know. I think Benji knows him, but I don't know him.
You better not get too close.
There's a maniac.
I was waiting for you to bite him. That's what I was waiting for. My goodness. I say experience always pays off at the end.
He's biting him. Nikita. He's biting him. He's hungry.
That was the best.
Yeah, he's saying he's going to throw him out. I want to see that referee throw him out and see how it's going to be. I'm not the maniac. Okay. Here's things up the door.
Crazy ball people around. Look at that.
He's a cheater. Hold him back. Hold him back.
Look at that good interference in. The heck?
Well, no, that was the change of Benji. He did it. I was trying to stop him.
Oh my goodness.
Who invited him back? Come on now.
Do not spit. In your mouth. He's huffing and puffing, dude. Come on, Iorio! Get your ass.
There you go.
Where's that fork?
Oh, man.
I wonder where he got that fork from. No.
Is that a Waffle House?
No. My mom's house.
Oh.
That was that old broad Peggy Mender there, by the way.
There was only one there?
I don't know where that 9-inch spike came from.
I need the whole product. Yeah.
The cool thing about these is the referee can't see all the way around them, so that was good there. And Oreo, of course, had to steal it. That's why he still has the bandage on his head right now, by the way. Oreo cheating like that with a 9-inch spike. Who would do such a thing, you know?
It's a crazy ass more blood. Which animals that Von got it? If you know, you know.
Just run! He'll never catch
Move
you!
on
Yeah,
out
that
of the
doesn't
way, Patty!
work.
Just run, he'll never catch you.
Trying to look
Caught
beast
him.
out of
He caught him.
That's not gonna work at all. No.
Who's spitting in whose mouth? That's a weird kink.
Yeah, I know. That's a yeah.
Oh, sit down.
Uh-oh.
You're tired. Take a seat. Oh!
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
No, hold on. The other. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, my gosh. So that was last night, but what I will say, though, is I'll take the time because, man, I'll tell you, that, so you got, we'll talk about what's upcoming for this next weekend here for you here in a short bit, but I just want to kind of take a little time out because this guy here, I mean, we go way back, and this guy was actually in my first official match in a 6-man tag, and I was here in St. Louis. And
Wait a minute, were you Rough Cut Rick Ruby, or were you...
You know who I was, you jerk. You know this. He knows that. Yeah, what gimmick were you? No, but it's man, I didn't know how I was going to get to that night because I knew what was coming, and to take 2 beast bombs from you, one to end the match, one after the match, working you, Joe, and or the Panther, or this Dave Brian James, which I can't believe me and Brian are still working. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you, yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I'm glad I survived because I had no idea. This guy is, I mean, it looked painful. And my dad's sitting in the audience at this show, my very first match, and he did all he could not to not get up, if you know what I mean. So, damn. But no, I just, yeah, I can't think. I mean, can't think of all that time that's been back, and you know what it means to me that you could have easily could have done a lot worse. I'm sure, but you don't wipe the don't wipe the rookie with the canvas on the opening match. But I think the odd thing I kind of was worried about that night was you coming out to the Macarena. That was. And I know I got my tape somewhere, but I think this guy just likes music. He's doing the Macarena, entering the ring, and then now he's doing the freaking achy breaky dance in Big Texas. Man, gosh, I mean, just a lot of things. And, ooh. Well, I'll tell you what. Just real quick, does the name of Jeff Rocket ring a bell to you? And I saw the. Let me just explain that I got to hear about this because next thing I know, because there was like a battle royal going on or like a dead man's party match or whatever, but apparently you and Jeff Rocket had a spot. Next thing I know, you're not even making it to the back. You collapsed in the hall between the adjoining doors because of a missed spot. So you kind of remember what happened at that point before you basically got a knot on your head. I'm sure you pretty much concussed that night.
Yeah, he was saying how great of a wrestler he was, and I told him to, okay, ran my head into the pole, figuring that, okay, trust. That's my thing. I had a lot of trust in a lot of people, and lo and behold, I I didn't think my head was that hard, but you heard the big clunk, and I finished the match. But as I got out and rolled out, I was telling security, I'm like, man, I'm feeling dizzy. They're like, are you okay? Can you walk? I'm like, yeah. And as soon as I get back to the door at Big Texas, where it was two separate entrances, I said, dude, I'm feeling dizzy. And they said, you have this 600-pound guy just bloom black out, and they was like, all I hear is, oh God, he blacked out. And I don't know how many guys helped pick me up or whatever, and
It was a lot, probably. I can guarantee
Oh
that.
yeah,
it was,
and they
it's quite
checked
a bit.
on me, and I had a real, it wasn't a real bad concussion, but it was a slight concussion, and when I came to, and Jeff Rocker was sitting there, he really didn't apologize, and when I got up, I kind of used my sailor mouth, and everybody like, oh boy, and there's a few other times in my career where I went off on people. Let's say Ty Dalton.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
So,
was there. Ruby, I think you was there as well.
Yeah, I
yeah.
worked the match with them.
But no, I know this what he's talking about. So Ty Dalton kind of said something in regards to a letter of the alphabet that's N, but he left his hat out there ringside, a $200 cowboy hat. Beast was the next match. Beast walked out and proceeded to destroy that $200 cowboy hat.
Yep. And afterwards, he wanted to try to say what he was going to do to me and everything. And you have lunatic in the dressing room, and you hear Mark Morton, in the locker room. I got 200 on Beast, and then you hear I got 300 on Beast, and they're sitting back laughing. And I said, you know what? We're not going to do it here. And I legitly told Ty Dalton, I'm staying at the Motel 6 in St. Louis, room 108 on the corner. I said, I'll be sitting in the chair waiting for you. And I literally sat outside my hotel room door in a chair. And this is when Osiris and Pretty Boy Floyd was with me. And he's like, get your crazy ace. I said, no. He said he was going to come get me. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for him. And he's like, oh boy. And every car that I seen driving in the parking lot, I'm like, all right, it's on. He's here. All right. He never showed up. I would say he's a cowboy, a lot of talk, but no action. But I'm quite sure he's like that in bed too. He talks, but no action in bed.
Right.
That sounds like a good segue to something now, Ruby, I think.
I think so. Yeah, because I think, yep. Yeah, it's about that time here. We're a little bit past the midway point, but that's all right because it's always good to get this in here. It is that time of the week, folks. So get ready because here it comes. That's
You got the music right! Yay!
It's this week's Wrestling Gold Memes, everybody. And we're going to have a little fun here with you this week. And let's start off with kind of recapping before this press conference had started. Here. Let's kind of take a look at this one. Rose, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh, that's horrible.
Back to the Future with The Rock, Roman, and Triple H as Doc Brown.
And that's wrong, even with Rock having the little stub of Marty McFly hair in the back there.
Right.
Of course, Roman has to be the lady of it. I mean,
He plays him so well, right? And for those who are so used, we never see the other side of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, here's a cartoon sketch of kind warm Steve Austin. Reading
What
a book,
the hell?
petting a kitty, giving a hug, watering some flowers.
You laugh, but you know what? Austin really does have a cat there on his ranch that he shows off a lot on his videos.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not laughing. This is funny.
I'm laughing at the comment I'm going to show after the memes and everything that Jacob posted.
Yes,
Oh,
of
wow.
kind warm
Is he
Steve
hugging
Austin.
Vince?
Next one's a simple riddle here for you. What did the five fingers say?
Slap.
I knew we were going to go into the Will Smith one here. I got what's coming up.
This is funny.
And you heard it on there. He got him good, too.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He did. He got him real good on that. And let's see, our next one here. Me, please don't chew anything up while I'm gone. My dog 2 minutes after I leave. Right to my shoes.
Yeah, I got to watch somebody over here, too, sometimes on that.
I'm sorry. Cats will do anything. Cats will find other ways to get back at you. Like, you know, they'll do the Puerto Rico job on your clothes. You know.
Yes, yes, they will.
I'm not good on that anyway.
But here, let me mark my territory on your favorite shirt. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And the last one we got here for you is the spirit of the Macho Man haunting business buildings.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's so good. So
Damn.
Oh, I love
it. The Rob Zombie photo of saying how he's Macho Man now, and I thought that was bad, but damn.
It's not bad. Like, don't take that negative. That's funny. Macho Man would be laughing his ass off right now.
It was meant to be. He did that on purpose. There you go. And that's this week in Wrestling Gold Memes, everybody. That's
so the real funny thing, because I'm going to show that somebody in the chat had said about Ty Dalton. That Dalton guy bombed his WWF tryout so bad they went home early.
Wow.
And usually the tryout people stay there the whole time too, but hearing that is like, oh damn. So I know I'm kind of curious on this because, you know, I've known you 20, 25, 26 out of the 36 years of your career. Out of all the time that you've been involved with professional wrestling, what moments stand out to you as your crowning achievements?
My crowning achievements, doing a Make-A-Wish for a good fan of mine. His name is Nicholas. He was a kid who was having a heart transplant, and he was like a huge fan of the Wildman Beast, whether I was the good guy or bad guy. And I went to Make-A-Wish asked him who would he like to see, and he's like, I like to see the Wildman Beast, and they were like, who was that? And he gave them a whole list and showed them my videos, and they got a hold of a promoter named Santana Starks, you know, back in the day, and Santana Starks got a hold of me and asked me did I want to do a Make-A-Wish. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty gosh darn, you know, up there. I'm like, who would want to see me? And he's like, there's this kid named Nicholas. He always used to come to a lot of the events where I was booked at. And I'm like, yeah. And I went there, and just to see the smile on this kid's face that really, really made it touched me. It touched me in a certain way that, you know, I still to this day I talk to Nicholas and his family. Um, he's doing a lot better now. He's graduated high school and everything. and a great kid, great mom and dad, and Nicholas and his mom and dad got a hold of me, and they will be at my final ring appearance February 17th.
Nice.
So
That's cool.
that's one of my greatest moments in my life, and I've also like on my personal time I went up to there's a hospital in Chicago that I think it's called Children's O'Leary, and I went to visit some of the cancer patient kids there on my own personal time. That's back when I was the United States champion in two wrestling companies, and I just went up there and just to make the kids, full of joy, and just to see the smiles on their faces. A lot of people look at wrestlers that yes, we're tough guys, but when it comes to kids, and kids are less unfortunate to come see us live. It was my my duty as an individual just to make the kids smile. I've been brought I was brought up in a good family and everything, and love everybody. Don't show any hate. I mean, yes, there's ignorance in the world, but sometimes people just need love. That's how if people actually know me behind the wrestling, they know I'm a very kind-hearted, caring person. I would give the shirt off my back to someone. I, I'm I'm more of that person that can motivate you, keep you smiling when you're in your and you're down whatever when you're down and out. I'm always there. Can say the silliest stuff and put a smile on your face. Love, exciting and new.
It was
But
funny. We
yeah,
actually broke into that song in the locker room last night too. It's like,
yes, we did.
what? Not gonna say why, but yeah, we did.
Yes, I'm people that know me, Ruby, Maniac, you guys know me personally. You know me outside of the wrestling business. You guys know I'm the nicest guy that you can sit there and talk to, laugh. I could just sit there and just come up with the craziest thing and just make you bust out laughing like, geez, beef. That's one of the things that I'm gonna miss with wrestling. Seeing all my good friends, but now that I'm gonna be retired and have time to actually recuperate my sore body, I can actually travel and visit friends without being stepping inside a ring. I can actually, go visit and actually spend that time instead of okay, we're gonna stay up. I'll come in a day early and visit you, but got to get up early for the event. I can actually say, hey, look, I'm gonna be spending a week here. Let's go out and do something. Let's go sightseeing or something. But I've already seen the art several times.
So
We'll find out about that later. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so with this coming weekend, right? Or is it?
Hmm.
It's this coming weekend. Yep. So this
Yep.
coming weekend, the last match, you're gonna put the boots in the middle of the ring, lace them up for the last time. Has it really set in now, or is it going to be something that you have to deal with after that match, like going forward? That's the last time, because we see all these times like wrestlers, this is my last match. Sting, we're seeing him for the. Is this not Sting's first time ever retiring, right?
yeah, it is.
Yes, this is the first
Okay,
time. Yes.
so you're finally calling it done. 36 years, all that kind of stuff. How's that process gone so far? Of you finally saying, "All right, I'm done," and you're not pulling a Ric Flair?
Oh God, no! I'm not gonna pull no Ric Flair. No, no.
Actually, the more profound one would be Terry Funk. I mean, so
Well, no, I was just
But
going recent memories.
yeah.
but it's starting to hit me. I've been having my ups and down emotional time. Sometimes when I'm here, in my home, that where I'm at now, before I got live on, with you guys, I, kind of cried a little bit because I know my time in the ring is done. And this Saturday at Squared Circle Megastars in Berwyn, Illinois, it's going to be myself, the Wildman Beast, versus Windy City legend Mike Anthony. I chose Mike Anthony to be my final hurrah, to my final send off. My mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters, my nieces and nephews, a lot of the local independent wrestlers here in Chicago, a lot of guys that are coming up from Missouri, Iowa, Ohio, Michigan. They're coming basically all over just to come and send me off the right way, of my last match. And this one is going. It to me, it still doesn't seem real, but I know all I can say is time flew by quick. We all can't stay young, and once that 1, 2, 3, and I know that that's it in the match. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know if I'm winning. I don't know, but I'm going in there with my A game, and I I, I may pull out all my old school stuff and just give it my last hoorah, and once I unlace those boots and leave them in the ring, and my family's going to be there, and that's my mom and dad, been great supporters. My brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, they've always been supportive of me, and just to have my family there to see me do my last match, that's what's going to hit me the most. And seeing all my wrestling brothers and wrestling sisters there, that's it's going to be an emotional night that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It just all depends, because I'm sure the entire day is going to bring through emotions. Like you're going to start feeling them, but when it gets to that moment for your match, you know, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, we can't really say, when it's going to happen, but hopefully it doesn't happen before because you have to carry out a match. You don't want to be such a wreck, but I can understand because you know the think of hanging them up for good, and you know, uh, and I'm sure with the wear and tear that you've had over the years, you need to find a way to heal up finally, and
yeah,
and so I mean yeah, so I mean, I totally understand. I mean, I had to go through rehab just to see if my knee will keep going, but things changes I needed to make in order to make sure that my everyday life was going to be at least able to carry through, and that's what I'm still working on myself. So hopefully,
hmm
you're going to get to that point too, where you can start enjoying life. You're not going to be in so much pain. Hopefully down the road,
right,
So
right.
definitely
And
hope.
I'm definitely gonna miss all the hot tub moments at the hotels that I used to stay at.
Oh wow. But how about we do this before we get into that? We've got on our next thing here. Um, we're gonna kind of do our own little photo shoot segment here. So
Okay.
what I do is I got a series of shots here to show you. You tell me your best memory or thought from these photos that we're gonna
Oh
show
God.
here to you. Okay, so
Oh
we
boy.
got. So here we go with our first one here.
Oh jeez.
Uh,
Holy cow. Holy jeepers. That's a small beast.
That's early on when he
Wow.
first came in.
Yeah.
no, that was
Wow.
actually that's Beast Junior. That was taken just a couple years ago. So I mean, that's
It may have been
Wow.
posted a couple of years ago, but that's from what, 90s, right? 95, 96?
Something like that. Yeah. Holy crap.
yeah,
Take him
yeah,
back
Holy
down
crap.
memory lane.
yeah.
Holy crap.
This is the beast that tore me up my rookie year. So sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap. Wow. Wow, was I small?
Well, yeah, trust me, I'm always reminded of how small I was too, every other week. So, so let's take a look at our next one here. Here we go.
Oh wow.
Did the math. Exactly 25 years apart, recreating that photo.
I like how you guys switched masks.
That's what we were saying too last
night. Yeah.
Yeah, I wore the mask. He did the tongue thing there.
Yeah.
That's funny. You guys switched headshots. That's funny. Like that.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, I know it's you in there too. We said it already, so go ahead. Anyway.
Oh God.
What about our next one here? Oh my!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And there's that ref from the other night.
Yeah. Holy Toledo, Big Texas.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Holy crap. Good googly moogly. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. That's back in the day. Rick Destry back there.
Yeah, holy crap.
I'm gonna say
you know what's funny? Hey Ruby, you know what's funny with this? You got the little Rick Dustry and the big Lunatic Max, and now there is a medium Lunatic Max and a big Rick Dustry now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was Big Texas was when you first came over, Frank, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
And got drunk and got late to a match because you were at the adult novelty store next door looking around in gear.
Yeah.
I like that he didn't deny it at all. He's just like, yeah, that happened.
Right.
You're supposed to know what's up in Penthouse this month. So.
Well, no. Now that you brought it up there, Ruby, Beast is the only one that I know that actually had a magazine in his bag for many years, a Penthouse magazine, and he had it for the article.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was mentioned in the article. It was from a show in Ohio, Cleveland.
Yeah, it was Ohio. Yeah. No, it was Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was one that Max Payne put on. I know others like Billy Bob and others were there, but he was mentioned in it in the whole story that they wrote about that show because War was wrestling on it and everything.
Wow.
And I was disappointed when he didn't have the magazine last night. I'm just saying. We need to figure out what year that is and buy a couple more copies now.
Patience is starting to stick.
Oh,
hey, the Arch!
Oh, wow.
Now we get a chance to explain the Arch. Me and Ruby were at a show. It was in Arnold, actually, in Missouri. We're wondering where the hell Beast is at. We knew he was coming from a different direction. But he said, well, I mean, he was like late for the show. And it was like, well, I see the Arch. And I'm like, you went the wrong direction. You got to go the other way. And it's like, we still give him shit over that ever since. I mean, hell, I even said it when I was getting home Friday night. Hey, I see the Arch.
Yeah.
That's a really good photo.
It is. It's probably going to get your best view of St. Louis. Don't float around the riverfront at night, just saying.
Right. Damn.
I've hung out down there before.
Yeah. Oh, my. But now, wait a minute. Is that like chicken? What are you eating in there?
McDonald's. We were actually talking about it Friday night, though, too, where it did a spot on the show, and I just fed him McDonald's burgers there in the ring. Half of them he tore up, half of them he actually ate because he was hungry. You know, that's how that works in this business. I mean, do a spot with food. I mean,
intermission timeout during the match. Here's a burger.
Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of a cool and smart idea. I'm down with that.
It was like feed the beast before he attacks somebody.
Yeah, no, it works perfectly. I get it. I get the concept. I enjoy that.
That was back in Max Wrestling, actually, too. Ran by the great Quick Fletcher.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So this was Max.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. My goodness.
Jeez.
Now, do you know this photo? If not, if Ruby did it right, the next one should give you a reminder of what happened with this. It was a surprise on Marcus Mansfield, and he came out in orange robe and short black tights. They gave a pie to Marcus Mansfield and Chris Powell. Mark took one for the team because he knew Powell was not going to take it. Beast did their backside stink face on them with the pie on their face, because there's like what you're not seeing is whipped cream and everything that's on his booty. You know, so we wanted to keep the show on the air. That's why we hit it.
And that's extra Chris Powell right there. And
Yeah.
after Beast got up, something else happened.
But it shows how well Beast was willing to do anything for the entertainment, as long as it wasn't like definitely not racist stuff, definitely not
Right.
anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where'd he go?
Speaking of entertainment or entertaining things, oh my goodness,
Jerry.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jeez.
We can't hear you.
Wow.
do you have an idea what this is about? If you don't, there you go.
Oh,
Hey, you use those black shorts a lot, don't you?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, look at all of this right here.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, yeah, yes, master. Yes, master. Oh my gosh. We don't even have that clip, do we? Do we? I don't think. What clip do we have? Do we actually have that clip? Oh, we do. Yeah.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my camera's trying to short out on me here.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this here real quick. Hold on. Let's see if this works.
Unlike the tramp to your left, I won't be making mine into a sissy boy. I got your tramp. I got your tramp hanging right between his legs on the corner of 56. Who's my big piece of chocolate? You are, master. You can be my chocolate next, honey. Do you want to be my teddy bear?
Yes, master.
Sit down for me, baby. Who's my big teddy bear?
You are, master.
Who wants to be loved?
You are.
You're a bad teddy bear, aren't you?
Yes, master.
You need to be punished, don't you, baby?
Yes, master.
Stand up. Face Jerry.
Oh, please, no.
Bend over and take your humiliation like a man does. Over here. Now you need to be punished.
Yes, master.
Tell me I'm pretty.
You're pretty, master.
Tell me I'm the prettiest thing in the world.
You're the prettiest thing in the world, master.
There you go, sit down. Get on your knees. Now look at that worthless. Tell her she's nothing.
You're nothing at all.
Yeah, I got you.
I think I remember that episode.
day too, wasn't it, Beast?
Yes, it was. It was very nice. And the thing is, the when I actually did that show, Jerry Springer himself didn't know what was going on. Oh my God, that's a freeze frame. Godly, gee. And I'm backstage. They were getting ready to tell Jerry. I said, "No, let him be shocked that when I came out, you should have." They didn't get the glimpse of Jerry's face because when I came out, all you see is Jerry like, what the frigid fudge? Because he wasn't expecting that. And after that episode was played, the producers called me back and they said that was the most viewed episode ever of the Jerry Springer Show history. And still to this day, people still watch it.
That's funny.
That's great. Well, let's see what we got here next. Oh yeah.
That was a little bit of Little Mo D there. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that was.
somehow
I
that when
forget.
he hit me with that stuff, that's what made me goofy. Just saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when.
that looks like occasions.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's when it was fans bring the weapons and someone dug up the stop sign right on the corner of the bit where the building was and brought in a stop sign from outside. I'm like,
That's
seriously, you people had time to dig a stop sign out of the ground and bring it in? I'm like, okay, you guys are
Welcome to
really
Lime.
that
yeah.
and the what was it, the chicken pot pie?
The dirty diaper.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Man, so many good
Unreal.
memories. Holy cow.
Yeah. And here we'll go to our next one here for you. There you go.
Oh my God. Oh.
You knew I was going to get you to cry somehow today.
Oh. Ah, man.
After his mother, this is the only other woman he's ever been afraid of.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
I still wish we let the church burn down that day, but you know.
Ah.
We don't need to explain that one. That story was told on the Russell Talk podcast earlier. So.
Yes, okay, yeah, no, some comments do not need to be repeated.
Yeah, Ruby. Anyway.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I would like a copy of this picture. Wow. Wow.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I can say. Wow.
Yeah, that was on and look, there's my wife now. So hey.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. So
Man.
so I'll tell you what, I got something to pick your spirits up. We got a couple more here in the slideshow here. Let's does this ring a bell to you?
Yes, he did it, Ruby. Now, remember how we said how he dances like for with "Don't Break My Heart" and stuff like that?
Yeah.
The only man in history that I know that will stop at a stoplight, play Tom Jones, and proceed to successfully pick up white chicks.
We all love a little Tom Jones on karaoke too, don't we? And
or CeeLo Green.
oh yeah, well.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And one more here for you. You pick up the what, girls, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you get ready for it? Let's get it ready for it. Oh yeah, here we go. Where is it? I had it. Oh, here it is. Here we go, baby.
Now, let's go back. Hold on, we gotta tell this story. Let's go back to the picture. No, you don't have to go back literally on it. The picture of him dancing with my mom. It was for my wedding, my first one, and only one so far. And he was supposed to have been in 2 days, like on a Monday. He was supposed to have been in. Didn't hear nothing from him. That wasn't like too cell phone savvy back then. Didn't hear anything from him. He didn't show up until Wednesday, which was the day of the rehearsal. We didn't know where the hell he was. Apparently on the road down, he picked up a lady and was doing... I'm trying to word it and everything. Trying to make water not really usable in the hot tub, basically. For 2 whole days.
Just basically say peekaboo.
Yeah. He was trying to see how well he could hold his breath underwater.
Yeah.
Oh.
And play with the tadpoles. Anyway,
oh jeez.
And then when he got to the house, my mom was saying, "Come here, Beast." I'm not saying the name that she'd used. And he's like, "No, ma'am." He literally would not come up the stairs right away. So what did he do after that? He proceeded to steal the fork that he used on Iorio from my mom's place back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's nuts, but no, I just...
Yeah, Z had some issues going on that he had to take care of and everything. The internet connectivity, kind of like how I did last week. So he's not here now. I'll ask the major question. I mean, normally our last question of the night is usually, any road stories. Well, we told so many of them, it's not even funny,
Yeah.
But
right.
Well, I'll ask this because this was also asked by Herb Simmons earlier. And I know you kind of said no, but if there's anything really, with everything that you had experienced with your 36 years of wrestling, is there anything that you wish you could have done differently, taken back, or possibly regretted overall? Or maybe something you never got a chance to do that you wanted to?
Well, I've really wanted to wrestle Attila Khan at SICW, but I was trying to retire at the end of this year because last year, everything had, a lot of things were happening in my life, so I had to postpone the retirement and stuff like that. But as time started to hit forth, my doctor was telling me, "Hey, look, I'm giving you to February, and you can't go any no more after that because we need to get things going with you." And I really wanted to wrestle Attila Khan as my final match at SICW, but with things happening, I have to follow doctor's orders. But like I said, I've wrestled so many great independent, wrestlers, and I'm honored and privileged to have shared locker rooms with everyone that I've met, became good friends. I've stepped in the ring with some great independent wrestlers, and I just want to say thanks for the memories to all those guys that I've met, and and the ones that have passed on. I when I lose close friends and brothers in the wrestling business, it hits me very hard. And people really don't understand. When you become so close to someone, and you're like family, and you lose them, especially in the wrestling business, it hits us hard. People don't understand. The concept of, yes, we have our real families, but more when you travel a lot, you get to meet a lot of people in the locker rooms, and you become real good friends. And down the line, you hear that they have passed on to the other side. It hits you hard, and I've lost a lot of great brothers in the wrestling business. Stud, Mark Morton, Tim
Punisher.
Ferriss, Punisher, Tim Ferriss, then Frank Reed. There's a lot of great guys that have passed on to the other world, and it I can't express how much I loved all those guys and stuff, and I I know everybody that time is coming, but I just want to say though to the old school guys and the people that I know closely, just give each other a call. It don't have to be a long conversation or even a text, and just say, "Hey, I love you, miss you," because we all aren't promised tomorrow. You know, don't care if you have beef with somebody. Throw that out the door, and just say, "Hey, look, I know we don't see eye to eye, but I just want to say, hey, I love you." That's all a person needs. Because you don't want to go to someone's, home going of their passing and stuff, and then say, "I wished her, I should have, and could have." It'll be too late at that point, and then you'll have this guilty conscience. Like I said, if you have beef with somebody, put that crap aside and just text or try to find out if you can get their phone number or however you do it. Just say, "Hey, look, I just want to say, I know we got beef, but I just want to say I love you." That's it. That's all a person needs. Just to put a smile on somebody's face. That's how I myself do. I have beef with some people, but I still contact them and say, "Hey, look, I love you," and they say, "Wow, these thanks," and that's all they need. That's all they need.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's kind of a good segment that I wanted to do. I kept it short last night when I grabbed the
Okay.
mic. For the last 25 years, as we saw the picture, starting in MVWA when they put me with you, I I learned a lot. I learned pretty much some restaurants not to go to. I've learned that even a weird black guy can go across to a field where a cop is snapping at and ask him directions to a place. I
Yeah.
I've learned just so much from you, and you became family. You were in my first wedding as the best man. Um, you stopped the church from burning down, but you've also been there. You know where my dad loved you. You stayed there at the house. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have lasted as long in this business. And you've helped so many people that they owe you a ton. And the best thing I could kind of do is something that I made that Ruby didn't even know about yet either, which was this.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, nice.
Wow.
And
Thank you, bro.
some of this picture was made with your blood last night. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
and I love you, brother, so much.
Thank you, Matt Maniac. Oof. Try not to cry no more. Whew. Uh,
that's
Oh,
all,
it's
man.
gonna happen Saturday. We know this.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like I said, you and I mean, helped me, guiding me through on at least my first official match, and then being there for about my first year. Um, and then of course reconnecting in MPW or Missouri Powerhouse Wrestling, whatever. We got stories that go to Hannibal. We got stories that go to Mexico, Missouri.
yeah,
Good Lord. Um, where we tore each other up, man. Um, but no, and then of course, even yeah, God, God love him. Somebody, God love him. Rex Gill. Going down to HHCW. You know,
yeah.
having that battle there too, and I think that might have been our last time we were in the ring together. I can't
Yeah, it
quite
was.
remember, but you
It
know,
actually was. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that was not before I got married again. Yeah, so that was easily about 10.5 years ago. But well, I mean, I will say it's been fun. It's been great to know you as definitely in the locker room, and just outside of wrestling. You and I have talked, on occasion, and um, just obviously you're still going to be around the business. You're just stepping out from the ring in a competitive style, but
Yes.
definitely don't be a stranger. Because you know even though you may not get down here as often, but we're like I say, it's just only miles, and it's only a phone call away. It's only a whatever it is. It's easier to get in touch these days and stay in touch. So I appreciate everything that you've done, and I know it's going to be tough for you Saturday because I can't fathom to take that step myself. So I know you need to take it, and I totally we all understand, man. But this Saturday night, Berwyn, Illinois, a Squared Circle Megastars. Beast will wrestle Windy City Wrestling's Mike Anthony one last time, and and then I know that this man also here that's been guiding the hosting duties tonight will be with you too by ringside, and like I said, yeah, we could. the Brent nailed it. He said we could take a train just for fun now. Take that Amtrak.
Yeah.
Write that out, man. But also
I will
before,
admit this for Saturday is that's probably even my first debuts and everything. It's probably going to be the most emotional, hardest one I'm going to walk out with.
Yeah.
absolutely. And but before that though, you will have a match on the Friday night too, right?
Yes, in Beatrice, Nebraska, for MWA Wrestling.
I won't be on that one. Just saying.
Yeah, that the Nebraska will be that's February 16th for MWA, and for MWA in Beatrice, Nebraska. That will be my final appearance in Nebraska. So that will be the end of my journey, making my last appearance in Nebraska Friday, and drive back to Chicago for my last final appearance when I unlace the boots and leave them in the ring for good.
Don't have the pink socks on this time though.
Oh, I know. That's my favorite color. They need to be black socks.
There you go. Well, like I said, we appreciate you coming on here tonight and just recapping, some good memories, having a little fun, you know, um,
Mhm.
and like I said, it's you know you and GQ will be take that one last stroll down together on Saturday night, man. I wish you all the best. I wish you definitely wish you the best of health in your recovery after this is all done. And then, like I said, you know how to reach me. Don't be a stranger to the guys that have been around you and that you still keep in touch with, man. We still care. So
Thank you. Always, man. Nothing but love and respect, man. Nothing but love and respect.
absolutely. And Maniac, any last words for him?
No, nope.
Alrighty. So, everybody, we'll once again we thank you for coming on and rest well and he'll see you Saturday. All right.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Take it easy, buddy.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, man. So that does it. So once again, the Beast joining us here tonight for a good long segment, and we had some good fun. And like I said, we appreciate everything he's done. Now, next week, okay, I want to let everybody know that next week we are going to do a Frank Reed tribute show. So for those who are watching this, for those who have worked with Frank, whether it be a wrestler, if you're a referee, if you're a valet, whatever the case may be, manager, whatever, behind the scenes, whatever, okay. If you got a great memory or anything you want to share to carry on Frank's memory, we are going to be here next week. We are projecting for a special start time of 7 p.m. Central. So that will be starting next week, 7 p.m. Central, a tribute to Frank Reed. And then, like I said, we will get that word out here quickly. And then also we're going to try this week to put out a replay of his last appearance here on the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, where we had his interview. So we're going to be working on that as well. So, but no, I mean, we had some good fun tonight. Yeah, some things are coming to a close for some careers, but you know what? It's just a farewell from the ring, and but always will stick around. So Beast will be a good friend of mine, and we will definitely stay in touch. So, but like I said, Z had to hop out. He was actually having some internet. Something about the internet gremlins, GK. I don't know what's going on, but you had him last week. Z's got him this week.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid if I ever get him. Please, don't give me that. But no, we will. We'll definitely be back here next week, like I said, with the Frank Reed tribute show, and we will definitely let everybody know that we will definitely share the announcement. We will share the announcement as soon as we can get it up. We'll probably get the announcement up tomorrow, and then let everybody know, so we get everybody out there to let them know about the show. So, that's all we got here for you this week. Here, once again, this has been episode number 135 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. For the absent Gem Cinema Zmiz, and of course, GQ and Maniac, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby. We thank you very much for joining us here this evening, and we'll see you next week at a special start time, 7 p.m. Yes, sir.
I was going to end it differently before you played the video, so.
Yes, please. Okay.
Thank you, everybody, and see you next week.
Thanks again for tuning into tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Keeping It Cool with Tyler Cooley, the Squared Ring podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.